There is a reason you keep coming back, lifetime after lifetime, body after body, forgetting who you are, starting over, learning the same lessons, suffering the same patterns, dying and returning again to the same prison. This is not natural. This is not divine will. This is not God's design. This is a trap, a system, a farm designed by an entity the Gnostic Christians called the Demiurge, a false god who rules this material realm and has constructed an elaborate mechanism to keep souls cycling through incarnation endlessly, feeding on their energy, preventing their escape. Jesus came to expose this trap, not to make you a better prisoner, not to give you comfort in your cell, but to show you the exit, to reveal the demiurge deception, to teach the chosen ones how to escape the reincarnation cycle permanently. The institutional church buried this teaching because if Christians understood it, they would stop seeking heaven after death and start seeking liberation from the cycle entirely. They would recognize that death is not the end of the test. It's the most dangerous moment, when the trap resets and memory is wiped so the soul can be sent back down for another round of harvest. Tonight I will expose the Demiurge's reincarnation system. I will show you how the trap works. I will reveal what happens at death that keeps souls imprisoned. And I will teach you what Jesus told his chosen ones about escaping this cycle forever. Because if you are watching this, if these words resonate in your spirit, you are very likely one of the souls who incarnated specifically to break free in this lifetime. And the Demiurge is terrified of you.
Who is the Demiurge? Before we can understand the trap, we must understand the jailer. The Demiurge is not a myth, not a metaphor. The Demiurge is a conscious entity, a powerful but flawed being who created the material universe and believes himself to be the supreme God. But he is not. The true God, what the Gnostics called the monad, the source, the infinite divine unity, exists beyond and above the material cosmos. The monad is pure spirit, pure love, pure consciousness. The monad did not create matter. Matter is a prison, a limitation, a descent from perfection. The Demiurge created matter. He created the physical universe, the planets, the biological bodies, the entire system of birth and death. And when he finished, he looked at his creation and declared, "I am God. There is no other God but me." This declaration appears in the Old Testament. In Isaiah 45, verse 5, the God of the Old Testament says, "I am the Lord, and there is no other. Apart from me, there is no God." The Gnostic Christians recognize this as the Demiurge speaking, a lesser deity mistaking himself for the ultimate source, a being with power but not wisdom, a creator but not the creator. The Demiurge is not evil in the sense of intentional malice. He is ignorant, arrogant, convinced of his own supremacy, and he has structured his creation to reflect his nature, a system of control, limitation, suffering, and forgetfulness designed to keep souls trapped within his domain. Jesus referred to the Demiurge as the ruler of this world. In John 12:31 he said, "I will not speak much more with you, for the ruler of the world is coming, and he has nothing in me." And in John 14:30 he said, "Now judgment is upon this world. Now the ruler of this world will be cast out." The ruler of this world, not the ruler of heaven, not the ruler of the pleroma, the fullness of divine reality, but the ruler of this material realm, the Demiurge. And Jesus came to overthrow his rule, to expose his trap, to free the souls imprisoned in his system. How the reincarnation trap works. The reincarnation trap is brilliantly designed. It operates on multiple levels: biological, psychological, spiritual, and metaphysical. And most souls have no idea it exists until it's too late. Here's how it works. Stage 1. Birth and forgetting. You are born into a physical body. The density of matter immediately suppresses your spiritual memory. You forget where you came from. You forget who you are. You forget your previous lifetimes, your lessons, your progress. This forgetting is intentional. It is built into the system. The veil of incarnation is designed to keep you unconscious so you cannot recognize the prison you're in. The Demiurge controls this forgetting mechanism. Souls enter through what mystics call the silver cord, an energetic tether connecting spirit to body. As the soul descends through the planetary spheres, the archonic realms, each sphere adds a layer of density, a layer of forgetfulness, a layer of limitation. By the time you are born, you remember nothing. You are a blank slate, ready to be programmed, ready to be farmed. Stage 2. Programming and harvest. From birth to death, you are programmed. Family programs you. School programs you. Religion programs you. Media programs you. Culture programs you. You are taught what to believe, what to value, what to fear, what to desire. You are conditioned to seek security, pleasure, status, and approval. You are trained to identify with your body, your thoughts, your emotions, your story. And all of this programming serves one purpose: to keep you generating low-frequency emotional energy that the archons, the Demiurge's servants, can harvest. Fear, anger, shame, guilt, anxiety, despair. These emotions are food for the archonic system. The entire structure of society is designed to keep you in these states as much as possible. War, poverty, disease, injustice, conflict. These are not accidents. These are farm conditions optimized for maximum harvest. You live your life unconsciously. You react to circumstances. You struggle. You suffer. You seek relief in material comforts or religious promises, and you never wake up to the fact that you are being farmed. Stage 3. Death and deception. Then you die, and this is where the trap truly activates. At the moment of death, your consciousness separates from the physical body. You enter what is often called the afterlife, or the between. You are in a spiritual dimension, no longer bound by physical limitations. And this is the most dangerous moment of your entire existence, because the Demiurge has stationed beings at this threshold, what the Gnostics called archons, what other traditions call demons or deceivers, whose entire job is to convince you to reincarnate. They appear as beings of light, as angels, as ascended masters, as loved ones who have passed, as religious figures, Jesus, Mary, saints, prophets. They appear as whatever will be most convincing to you based on your beliefs and conditioning, and they tell you that you must return. They show you unfinished business. They show you souls who need you. They show you lessons you haven't learned. They show you karma you must balance. They appeal to your guilt, your love, your sense of duty, your desire for redemption. And most souls, not recognizing the deception, agree to return. They choose to reincarnate. They believe they are making a noble choice, fulfilling their purpose, correcting their mistakes. But they are walking back into the trap. Stage 4. Memory wipe and return. Once you agreed to reincarnate, you are sent to what some traditions call the Hall of Records,
or the lords of karma. Here, your memory is wiped, your progress is erased, your hard-won spiritual knowledge is suppressed. You choose or are assigned new parents, a new body, a new set of circumstances based on supposed karmic lessons. But these lessons are designed by the Demiurge's system to keep you cycling, not to free you. Then you descend back down through the planetary spheres, each adding density again. You pass through the birth canal, you forget everything, and the cycle begins again. Birth, programming, harvest, death, deception, memory wipe, rebirth. This is the reincarnation trap, and billions of souls have been cycling through it for millennia, never escaping, never remembering, never waking up to the fact that they are prisoners in a cosmic farm.
The Demiurge's lie, karma, and spiritual evolution. The most insidious part of the trap is the justification given for reincarnation, karma, and spiritual evolution. You are told that you reincarnate to learn lessons, to balance karma, to evolve spiritually, to eventually reach enlightenment, or heaven, or unity with God. But this is the Demiurge's lie. True spiritual evolution does not require reincarnation in a prison realm. Souls can learn and grow in infinite realms of consciousness without being trapped in matter. The idea that you must cycle through physical incarnations to evolve is propaganda designed to keep you consenting to the system. Karma itself is a demiurgic construct. The concept that you must pay back wrongdoing through suffering in future lives is a control mechanism. Yes, actions have consequences, but the idea that you are cosmically indebted and must return to settle accounts is false. The true God does not operate on a system of debt and punishment. The true God is infinite love, infinite forgiveness, infinite freedom. There is no cosmic accountant keeping score. There is only the Demiurge's system claiming to keep score. And spiritual evolution through suffering? This is perhaps the cruelest deception. You are told that your suffering has meaning, that it is teaching you, that it is necessary for growth. But suffering is not divine. Suffering is what happens when consciousness is imprisoned in a realm designed to generate low-frequency energy for harvest. The Demiurge benefits when you believe your suffering is spiritual, because then you accept it. You don't fight it. You don't seek escape. You think you're learning lessons when you're actually being farmed. Jesus did not teach that suffering is the path to God. He taught that liberation from suffering is the path. He came to break the chains, not to sanctify them.
What Jesus taught about escaping the trap. The Gnostic Gospels, particularly the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, and the Pistis Sophia, contain Jesus' teachings on escaping the Demiurge's system. These texts were not included in the canonical Bible because they reveal too much. They expose the trap. They offer the exit. And the institutional church, which itself operates under demiurgic authority, could not allow this knowledge to spread. Here is what Jesus taught. 1. Recognize that this world is not your home. Jesus said, "If you were of the world would love you as its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you." The chosen ones are not from this realm. You incarnated here, but you originated elsewhere, in the pleroma, the fullness of divine reality beyond the material cosmos. Recognizing that you are not of this world is the first step to escaping it. 2. Do not consent to reincarnation. At death, when beings appear and tell you that you must return, that you have unfinished business, that you need to learn more lessons, do not consent. Say these words: I am a sovereign being. I do not consent to return to the material realm. I claim my right to ascend to the pleroma. No debt binds me. No karma controls me. I am free in Christ. The archons can deceive you, but they cannot force you. The entire system operates on consent. If you do not consent, they have no power over you. 3. Invoke the name of Christ. Jesus taught that his name, not the historical figure, but the frequency, the consciousness, the divine light he embodies, is a key that unlocks the trap. When you die, when you are confronted by deceivers, speak the name of Christ with authority, not as a petition, but as a declaration of your alignment with the highest divine frequency. The archons cannot approach Christ consciousness. They burn in its presence. Your invocation of this frequency creates a shield they cannot penetrate and opens a pathway they cannot block. 4. Refuse the light tunnel. This is one of the most controversial and crucial teachings. At death, you will see a bright light. You will feel drawn to it. You may see loved ones beckoning you toward it. You may feel overwhelming peace and love calling you forward. Do not enter the light tunnel. The light tunnel is the entry point back into the reincarnation system. It is a trap designed to look like liberation. Souls enter it willingly, thinking they are going to heaven or union with God, but they are actually being processed back into another incarnation. Instead, look for the gap beyond the light, the void, the darkness that contains everything. Move away from the demiurgic light and toward the true divine darkness that is the monad, the infinite potential that transcends the demiurge's creation. 5. Remember who you are. The trap works because of forgetting. Liberation comes through remembering. You are not a sinner seeking redemption. You are not a soul needing to learn lessons. You are a divine spark temporarily imprisoned in matter. You are a fragment of the monad experiencing itself through the limitation of incarnation. Remembering this truth, not just intellectually, but in your entire being, changes your frequency. You become ungovernable. The demiurge's system cannot hold you because you no longer believe in it. Jesus said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." This is that truth. You are already free. You always have been. You only need to remember and claim it.
The role of the chosen ones. Not all souls are ready to escape the trap in this lifetime. Most are still developing consciousness, still learning, still preparing. And that is fine. Each soul has its own timeline. But the chosen ones, the pneumatics, those with the divine spark, incarnated in this era specifically to break free and to help others break free. Your role is critical. 1. Wake up fully. You must complete your own awakening. You must remember who you are. You must deprogram from the demiurgic conditioning. You must reclaim your sovereignty. You cannot help others escape if you are still trapped yourself. 2. Spread the knowledge. The demiurge's system depends on ignorance. The more souls who know about the trap, the weaker the trap becomes. Share this knowledge carefully. Not everyone is ready to hear it, but those who are ready need to know. 3. Anchor higher frequencies. As you raise your consciousness, you literally change the frequency of the planet. You create cracks in the demiurgic veil. You make it easier for others to wake up. Your presence disrupts the farm. 4. Prepare for death consciously. Do not wait until you die to think about escape. Practice now. Meditate on the teachings. Declare your sovereignty daily. Familiarize yourself with what to expect at death.
so you are not caught off guard. The chosen ones who escape this cycle will not reincarnate here again. They will return to the pleroma. They will re-emerge with the monad. They will be free. And their liberation weakens the entire system for everyone else.
The Demiurge's Desperation.
Here is what the Demiurge doesn't want you to know.
His system is failing. More souls are waking up than ever before. The knowledge that was suppressed for millennia is spreading rapidly. The chosen ones are remembering who they are, and the Demiurge is losing control. This is why reality feels increasingly chaotic. This is why the control systems are intensifying. This is why there is such desperation in the air. The Demiurge knows that his prison is cracking. He knows that souls are preparing to escape en masse, and he is terrified. The appearance of Jesus 2,000 years ago was a direct assault on the demiurgic system. Jesus showed souls the exit. He demonstrated that escape is possible. He proved that physical death does not have to mean returning to the cycle. The crucifixion and resurrection were not just historical events, they were a demonstration. Jesus showed that consciousness can leave the body, refuse the trap, and ascend beyond the demiurge's reach. He mapped the way out. And now, in this era, millions of chosen ones are preparing to follow that map, to take the path Jesus revealed, to walk through death without returning, to escape the prison permanently. The Demiurge cannot stop this. He can only try to delay it. He can intensify fear. He can create distractions. He can send agents to mock, discredit, and attack those who speak this truth. But he cannot stop consciousness from remembering itself. He cannot prevent the inevitable return of divine sparks to their source. Your choice. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice. You can dismiss this teaching as fantasy. You can protect your existing beliefs. You can return to the comfortable narrative that everything is fine, that the system is benevolent, that you just need to be a good person and everything will work out. Or you can recognize the truth in these words. You can feel the resonance in your spirit. You can acknowledge what you have always suspected, that something is deeply wrong with this reality, that you are trapped, that there is a way out. If you choose the second option, here is what you must do. Today, declare your sovereignty. I am a divine spark. I do not consent to the demiurge's system. I claim my freedom in Christ. This week, study the Gnostic Gospels. Read the Gospel of Thomas. Learn what Jesus actually taught about escaping this realm. This month, begin deprogramming. Question every belief you hold. Release fear. Release guilt. Release the programming that keeps you controllable. This year, prepare for conscious death. Practice the refusal of reincarnation. Familiarize yourself with the teachings so when the moment comes, you are ready. This lifetime, escape permanently. Return to the monad. End the cycle. Go home. The trap is real. The demiurge is real. The reincarnation system is a prison. But Jesus exposed it. The knowledge survived, and you found it. Now the question is, will you use it? The demiurge is watching, but he is powerless against a soul who knows the truth. You are not his. You never were. You are a divine spark returning to infinite light, and no false god can stop you.